Welcome to the No Excuses Show. I am Ewa Eckert and I am your host. This is a powerful motivational message on how to have the no excuses mindset. Are you looking to create better discipline, energy and confidence in your life so you can stop making excuses and take massive action in your life so you can become happier, healthier and more congruent with your mission? If yes, this show is for you. For those of you who are a badass already, and those of you who want to become a badass and learn how to apply the no excuses mindset in the main areas of your life, like mind, body, business, and also your relationships. In this show, I share real life situations, experiences, ideas on how the no excuses mindset helps me and my freak family to achieve success. By having me as your accountability coach, you will be able to finally discover the power of self-belief and self-discipline so you can stop making excuses and create the life you truly desire by being the best version of you. Will you take the necessary steps to implement what you are learning here so you can get to the next stage of your life? It's totally up to you and you only, and no one else. But I encourage you today to take ownership and strive to live your life to the fullest with the no excuses mindset. Hello friends and welcome to No Excuses Show episode 77. Are you the person that is looking to achieve more discipline, energy, confidence, action, and being your own freak self? That this show is for you. If you are a badass or you wanted to become a badass, this show is for you. Because here I give like real life situations and examples of how me and my exactly on Easter we found tiny little bunnies. And let me tell you how this whole thing happened. So as me and Ivanka were doing gardening, we saw one of our dogs digging the ground and trying to catch something. I thought that this was a bird, but it appeared that they were tiny little bunnies. So we didn't think much. Thank you. Nice to meet you too. We didn't think much and we kind of took the bunnies home because they were literally newborn. But before we really did that, we put them in a box and we put them on the ground for the mom, just in case if she returns, to feed them. But what happened is the mom never returned. So we start researching online and finding out what we should be doing with the bunnies. So we've learned that we have to buy them KMR formula, which is a formula for kittens, and that's what you can feed them. We bought that little tiny little needle for them to kind of that driplet to feed them, and we knew how to put them in a box, what to do, and how to take care of the bunnies, right? And it took a few days, but unfortunately the bunnies didn't survive. Now, we don't know what happened to the mom. We kind of took the opportunity, we jumped into this situation, and we did everything what we could to save the bunnies, including going to the store, getting everything that we needed to really help them, care for them, get up early in the morning. I do get up in the morning, but Ivanka will have to get up and Tyson very early in the morning to feed them and feed them in the afternoon and really pay attention to these bunnies. They were literally newborn, like as long as my fingers, tiny little bunnies. Their eyes were still shut closed. So we learned that they were less than 5 days old, right? But what are we learning from this whole situation? What we've learned from this whole situation, caring for the bunnies, and they didn't survive. And we had this discussion here at our freak family for our homeschooling, because this is everything in life brings you lessons, right? And if you do not stop for a moment and really think, what are the lessons? You're gonna miss on important lessons. And maybe the behavior that you have or certain situations, you didn't really think it through and you might repeat the same things, right? So let me read what the kids actually said, because we have a chat here and I've asked them what are the lessons after us caring for the bunnies, and unfortunately they didn't survive. So this is what the kids said. Ivanka, listen to this. Those are really good points. Act quickly and take action before what you want to do is out of reach. If you sure something will not go the way you planned, if you just have to keep trying, never give up. Give order to chaos and do not panic. Also, do not mess with Mother Nature. And number 5 was things will almost always go the way they're meant to go. And in this case, they were meant to well pass. That was her answer. Now, guess what Tyson said? My lesson was not to mess with Mother Nature. And I will share the lesson that I had. And it wasn't only a lesson about these bunnies. This applies to anything in life. What my lesson was that jump into situation being 100% committed. Because people a lot of times are interested. If you are interested but not committed, the interest can go away, right? Because people sometimes, oh, I'm interested in joining something. Oh, yes, I am interested in it. That means that you want to find out, but you didn't commit yourself. You might say yes, you might say no. You are kind of in between. Commit to something. Jump into situation. Be 100% in it. Give full effort. That's why we literally, on Sundays are my AM routine, and it was Easter, and I always prepare no matter what for my week. That's my time when I get up in the morning and I just sit in my thinking corner. I read, I do my meditation, I review the week, I prepare myself. And I didn't finish this review. And I said, you know what? In this case, this is more important for me to ride with my daughter to the store, start searching the stores that are actually open, because on Easter, we know that the stores are not always open. And it's more important for me to save these bunnies. We put these priorities, right? And I didn't even finish this review. So I commit myself. I said, you know what? No matter what, this is the priority. I gave my 100% effort. There are also things in situations when you jump in, it's an investment, right? We spend money on these bunnies. So when when situations present yourself, like when you have an opportunity, maybe you have an opportunity to join new business or start new business or go to an event. Like right now, in June, I'm hosting a women's only event. Or maybe you have a chance to join a mastermind or alliance. Like we have the group coaching for couples. It's called the Alliance. You need to jump in, be fully in, 100% in, and not think in between. Maybe later. There is that undecisive voice in you. Instead of going all in and investing money and your time to this particular situation like we did. And look, this is the thing. You never know how this is going to end up. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know the future. We didn't know if our time, this time that we spent on literally holding these tiny little creatures in our hands, holding their tiny little hands and feeding them, if they're going to survive. And here there is no guarantee too. You might join a mastermind, an alliance, an event, anything that will supposedly change your mind, but you do not know how this is going to go. You don't know the outcome until you're fully in it, until you know that you did everything, right? Because so many people are not fully in it and they want maybe a different outcome. There is another point. There is a very important point that in life, you can control certain things, but certain things you cannot control. Like in these situations, what we could control. We could control only the fact that we're there and we feed them and we care for them, but we couldn't control the outcome, right? There was something out of our control, and that's really what the universe brings us. We have a sense of unknown. We always will have a sense of unknown. We always we will never know exactly what's happening tomorrow, in a week, in a month. So even if the things didn't work out, there is a very important lesson for all of us to keep as good and positive attitude no matter what's the outcome. Because, it was said, it was disturbing for us to care for them and they didn't survive, right? To care for them and try to help them and they didn't survive. And the thing is that if you keep that positive mental attitude, it helps you to cope with certain things, and you have that hope for a future, right? And also you learn from what you just experienced and kind of flipping the switch, saying, you know what, I did my best, and unfortunately, this is the outcome. So not blaming necessarily yourself, taking full responsibility for what happened, learning from the mistakes, and moving on. Because if you blame yourself in a lot of situations, it's gonna stop you from action. Like so many people, like think about it, even weight loss. A lot of times people go into programs and they are so committed. They want to do everything, but they didn't lose the weight as much as they wanted. And they start blaming the situations, blaming the program, anything, instead of taking the full responsibility, what happened, and learning from it. Maybe I missed on something. Maybe I was not as much committed. Maybe I didn't eat the right things. There's always something that we miss. And looking at it, that's why you didn't lose the weight, because of something, right? The same with business. There's the same situations, but being a true leader is taking the responsibility. Taking the responsibility, not blaming anyone except yourself for anything, right? So here's the thing. Yes, messing with Mother Nature. I think now, probably, yes, the best way is probably to leave this to the Mother Nature and do everything maybe outside the perimeter and making sure that nothing's going to happen to them. So again, lessons learned. But guys, if you feel like your life is not changing in any way, that you always in between decisions, that you always only interested but not committed, there is a pattern of your behavior. There is something that is stopping you. And most important thing is that it's you stopping yourself from these decisions. So if you want the different outcome, you need to try different process. You need to try different program. You need to commit yourself all in to one thing. So again, we have the Group Coaching Alliance for business couples, for people that want to co-create, co-elevate, co-operate, and co-dominate in their mindset, fitness, nutrition, family, and also relationships. That's what the Alliance is. Now, for those of you who would like to meet me in person, women only, send me a DM after this video and we will chat and we will see if you are the best fit for this event. This event is again June 3rd. I need some information from you. This event is all about dominating as a freak female. The freedom, the role model, the enthusiasm, energy, confidence, action, freak. That's what we're going to be really doing during this event. There is a full workshops, morning, evening, afternoon. We have amazing workouts plans and other things. So make sure that you're sending me a DM. Guys, I hope you got something good out of this video today. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon here live on my show. Have an awesome day. No excuses.